Today was like any other day for Chip, except for the fact that his mommy brought home a new water fountain. Chip wasn't so sure about this new device because he's been used to his old one, and since he's not so sure about new changes, things quickly got a little crazy in the house, and thus began the Great Cat Fountain Showdown. Chip's mom simply wanted to be able to track his drinking with the app so she could follow his water intake and ensure that he was hydrated. But Chip wasn't so sure about this thing. Was this new water fountain worthy of staying in this house? Mom told him it's better than the previous one. It's fancier as well. In fact, it's built with a 4-layer filtration system and a stainless steel water tray, which is helpful to keep the bacteria at bay. That sounded convincing, but Chip decided that wasn't enough to convince him. He decided to have a little bit of a game. If this new device was fun enough to use, he'd let mommy keep it. If not, it's out of here. So Chip's hilarious antics quickly began. To begin, he tried to lick up all the water, but suddenly it was no use. He thought he could get all with those quick licks. The water continued to flow, but wait, it stopped? Secretly, his mommy adjusted the water fountain since it has dual water flow modes. It's easy to switch between continuous and interval water modes with the Petlibro app to find your pet's preference. Next, Chip tried stretching his paws and jumping high, zooming around the fountain to see what would happen next. The fountain began, and even with all this play, the fountain never tipped, it never fell, and there were no tangled cables to worry about while cleaning the pump or tank either. So throughout all the possum attacks and thrills, Chip didn't realize that this new water fountain has a 2.5-liter large capacity, so it holds enough water to guarantee nearly 2 weeks of water drinking for him. He didn't realize it yet, but that would take a lot of licks to drink all that up so quickly. Chip started getting exhausted. He was starting to think that this new water fountain was really neat. The fun play was slowly ending, and he was ready to throw in the towel. But why did mommy need a new water device if the other one worked fine? Well, the app monitoring is absolute gold for when you're out on a trip and get worried about if your cat has enough water or not, or especially if your vet wants you to track their cat's water intake. In fact, during all of Chip's fun trying out this new water fountain, he didn't realize that his mom was monitoring his drinking the entire time. And what's cool is the app can give data as specific as the exact volume, frequency, duration, and intelligently track his water consumption data to the milliliter. The Petlibro app provides real-time updates on your pet's water status, and clear reports help you better understand his drinking habits anytime, anywhere, and empowering you to assess his health and react promptly in case of any issues. While all this play was happening, Mom set a water intake goal for Chip based on his weight and started tracking his progress. Chip doesn't know yet, but he can get rewarded when he meets a goal. Chip was ready for a good nap after all the playing and jumping and zooming that went on this afternoon. The Great Cat Fountain Showdown was so worth it, and Chip let Mom know that he's happy to keep and use his new Petlibro water fountain.